Tour life is definitely different than being at home, but you get into the swing of things and it gets pretty natural, and in fact, sometimes you get more work done when you're on the road because you're in a bus. While you're traveling between gigs, you can sit down and actually consciously work on something, whereas when you're at home, it's like there's more things you kind of want to go and do, and you don't really have that option on tour. So there is a difference, and it does affect you for sure, but they're both good for different reasons. You just have to get into that mind state. Well, especially on this new record, I've focused a lot on maintaining pure vocals because on the last record I did use some auto-tune, and that got a really bad rap after, you know, it blew up. The auto-tune thing blew up, and then it has a super negative connotation, so I was using it because I thought it sounded cool, but that was kind of before it got really bad. So with this record I've been with Siberia, I was kind of focusing on not doing that, but I think if you've got a voice, use it, you know, and one of the things I've really learned about my vocals in recent years is the dynamics that you can pull out of your vocals, the extreme intimacy from the softness, and then the power of belting out vocals, which I have the ability to do. I never tapped into it, I never used to tap into it, but now I'm just like unabashedly belting it out. I just wanna run to you and break off the chains and throw them away. I just wanna... One of my favorites, probably because it really represents the record as a whole, and like it's super fun to sing and it's super fun to listen to, and like all out, is Flux and Flow. And it was the first song that I wanted to bring Shad on board for. And I mean, it wasn't because I wanted a rap part, it was because I wanted Shad on it, you know?
Yeah.
So, and he killed it, he was amazing.
I guess I lost this round. The mountains have come down.
Definitely, my genre is electronic pop with a bit of grit, especially with the new record is a little heavier, so gritty electronic pop, like electro pop. I always just say at the border, you know, when you have to sum up, they always say what kind of music. So I always say electro pop, but that's just sketchy. I spent a long time from the minute I started writing songs when I was 11 to now dabbling in a lot of different genres. And it does take a lot of experimentation in different places till you realize where you're most comfortable, and that's usually a combination of everything. And that's the spirit of my music. I always want people to be able to sing along by halfway through. So no matter what genre I was dabbling in, that was kind of the core focus. But in about 2004, 2005, I started to find new ways and like really get into the electronic sound. Before that, I was like in a punk band and a metal band, and I was trying to do like piano rock and all this stuff. Had a bunch of different stuff, but landed on new wave stuff and really enjoyed it. Just like the endless opportunities with messing with synth sounds, just getting anything you really needed, and you can make it happen. So that was kind of where I fell into that, and then it's kind of fallen safe. It's not safe. It's weird, like through the years your perception of success changes, and I mean, when I was 14, my level of success was like, if I go snowboarding, I was way into snowboarding, like, if I go into snowboarding and I get recognized, I'll be successful, you know?
Yeah.
There's like different gauges, and then when I was about 17, 18, I was like, you know, my success will be determined by myself being on the cover of a magazine. But success comes in so many different forms, and now it's like this intimacy, this massive online fan base that I have access to instantly, which is such a blessing. I mean, so I never really could imagine how it would have turned out, but I always knew it was going to be something.